Hi Internet people, I am back with another Riverdale reaction. I'll be talking about episodes 4 and 5, which are The Midnight Club and The Great Escape. So, I was super pumped for The Midnight Club, and I loved it. I loved it so much. So The Midnight Club focused on everyone's parents, which I was pumped for, especially because Anthony Michael Hall from The Breakfast Club was in it, and it was totally Breakfast Clubby. So, what they wind up doing is having Betty ask Alice for details, and Alice is our narrator. It also turns out that Alice was the only one who was not on drugs at a certain point during the story because she was pregnant with Chick. So she has not had, she does not imbibe. So she's sort of a reliable witness, kinda. So what happens is they all wind up getting, so Josie's mom, Mary McCoy, that was like a hiccup burp thing, sorry. Mary McCoy, winds up getting detention for sort of being involved in a fight. It's a whole big thing because Penelope Blossom, who is, it gets real creepy. We learned that Penelope was adopted from the Sisters of Quiet Mercy, groomed to be Clifford's wife as a child, and then married him. It's like legal incest is what that is, because she's raised as his sister and then is told she's going to marry him, which is creepy. But Penelope and Alice got in a huge fight, and Hermione was there, and Mary McCoy, whose name I'm gonna keep forgetting, and I know she's not the mayor anymore, but I can't remember her first name. They're all in the bathroom together. A huge fight happens. Then Fred and FP streak and get caught. And then, yes, that's all 6 of them. So there's 6 of them in detention. We learn that Kevin's dad was totally dating Josie's mom in high school, and Reggie, his dad was randomly there as a thing. We see him once. We also see Highr'd once because Veronica's mom was dating him, on the sly, because her mom didn't like him because he was, already doing gang stuff / mob things. So we see them all in detention. They're actually getting closer because what happens is they get more detention time because of something that happens, because another fight breaks out. So they get additional detention time on Saturday. Then, at some point, they find Gryphons and Gargoyles in the drawer of the teacher's desk. They wind up getting obsessed with it. They even, dress up. They get super into character. Penelope is their... Yeah, Penelope. Right? I feel like I'm calling her the wrong name, which is very weird. But Cheryl's mom winds up being in charge of everything. She's the game master. She sets up the games. Josie winds up not paired up with anyone during this one situation, but she and Cheryl's mom hang out. It's not Josie. I'm going to call them the wrong names because it's the actors who play them normally, are in the show normally. They haven't played their own parents. It's a whole thing, which is very cool. So they all wind up getting super obsessed with it. While they're super obsessed with it, they learn that Dilton's father, Reggie's father, Highr'd, and someone else, I feel like it's Clifford, but that could be wrong, because Jason, the actor who played him, does show up as Clifford, but has no lines. So, stuff happens. They wind up getting the groups together to do some giant ascension thing, because they find out they can ascend. And then it gets really creepy, because an ascension party is set up that they don't set up. Then Alice winds up finding 2 chalices with blue in them, and you're supposed to flip the coin and pick a cup. But, while that's going on, everyone else is high on what is technically Pop Rocks, but it has a drug name, Jingle Jangle is Pixie Sticks. So she winds up being, super freaked out by everyone doing drugs. And then, at some point, Anthony Michael Hall, Principal Whitefeather, dies. I think it's Whitefeather. Whitehead? Yeah, Whitefeather. I feel like I'm calling him the wrong name, because Whitefeather is also the name in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Anyway, so he winds up dying, and they find him dead in the place that Jughead was sleeping when he was homeless, which is not okay. Cause I was like, Jughead sleeping in a murder room. So he got poisoned because his lips are blue. So he's the victim whose death matches Dilton's, but Alice doesn't know who killed him. She thinks it's one of the people who was playing the game because she also saw the Gargoyle King. But the issue is, when we get into the 5th episode, The Great Escape, Jughead actually, Betty is very sure that it's someone from the game. She winds up drafting Josie, Kevin, and Reggie to help her to try and find out more of what's going on, while Jughead has begun playing the game with the serpents. Cheryl, Tony, Sweet Pea, and Thanks. calling him the wrong thing. I'm so bad with names today. Jughead winds up becoming a game master and like leading this game. He's super obsessed. He wants to ascend, whole thing. He thinks it's someone who's been playing it a lot longer. So he and Betty are going through two very different ways. He's getting very psychological, supernatural. He thinks if he keeps playing the game, he will psychologically be able to figure out who it is. Betty is going solid facts, hard facts, figuring it out. She sends Josie and Kevin to ask their parents. Turns out their parents are getting married, which they were not prepared for. And then Reggie got punched in the face. Yeah, no, his father is terrible. We have not seen him. Still terrible, regardless. So Reggie got punched, but then Kevin, Josie, and Reggie are becoming like a unit because they wind up, what's really cool about the Great Escape episode is Archie is back, but Archie's plot winds up tied into Jughead's plot because Archie is planning an escape. It fails. He winds up getting branded by the warden. This brand later, as we learn, matches a symbol from the game. On top of that, when Jughead writes his quest, it's escape themed, sorry, and totally involves Archie escaping from the prison. But the way it plays out is what is actually happening to Archie. But the warden is also calling Archie the Red Paladin the whole time, which is what Jughead is calling him. So everything starts weirdly tying together under the banner of Gryphons and Gargoyles. The escape is very cool. Betty and Kevin are on a bike. It's awesome. Veronica's disguise is not really a disguise because Highr'd shows up. He totally notices it's her. Whole thing. But, like, Archie gets away, which is cool. But Mad Dog is back, and I hope he's okay. He, like, fought everyone off for Archie, and I felt so bad. Archie also got shivved and kissed by Joaquin. That I was not expecting. Apparently, episode 6 is going to delve into what's going on with Joaquin. No idea. Joaquin seemed a little out of it. But all of that is going on, but Jughead is basically narrating Archie's escape as his quest. We then learn the warden is on some kind of quest where he has cards, and he has the Red Paladin card and a card that says, kill the Red Paladin. So someone wants him to kill Archie, because Archie is the Red Paladin. And it is very cool because Jughead says he doesn't know how the campaign ends, and then the warden's like, I don't know where he is, I don't know where he is. Then Archie winds up in the bunker. They're gonna hide him in Dilton's bunker. And they have to, like, patch him up. Tony knows, like, field medicine. So she, like, very quickly patches him up and is like, you should be okay, just don't move a lot. But it's very interesting to see it done that way. And then at the very end, Jughead sees the Gargoyle King. But we don't know who the Gargoyle King is. Because he thinks it's the warden, but we know the warden is dead. He drank poison in a cup with blue liquid. I don't know why it has to be blue. That I don't get. Is it supposed to be something magical? And it's just fresh aid because it looks the right color? No idea. But what I find interesting is Hermione shows up to talk to the warden before he takes the poison, which weirdly had me thinking, is it Hermione? Because she actually is starting to hate Archie because of Highr'd and Veronica. So I was like, is she the Gargoyle King? Like, did she take over? Is she the new one? Like, is it something that passes from line to line? I don't know. I'm very curious to see what happens next week. They showed Archie, like, going into hiding, maybe. And Joaquin is in a cult. Definitely a cult. So, who knows? There's a lot happening. I do really like the Gryphons and Gargoyles plot. I do not like that Jughead is losing his mind. I'm a little worried. A little worried about him. So, that is everything. I think I got most of the stuff. Let me know what you think, what you thought of the episode so far. Would you play Gryphons and Gargoyles? Let me know in the comments or over on Twitter. I'm at ClefNotes. You can find me on my blog, clefnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, nerddygirlexpress.com, and I run their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. Bye, internet people.